Hello, this is Maestro X, and I'm going to go over the Level 1 Academic Word of the Day, individual, for Week 1, Quarter 2. Let's take a look at your flashcard. Individual has 5 syllables, and the emphasis or stress is on the third syllable, vid. So we say individual, individual. In Spanish, individual. And this academic word can be used as a noun or as an adjective. Let's consider the noun definitions. We have 2 of them for you, a little bit similar. The first one is a person considered separately rather than as part of a group. Okay, so usually when we think about this definition, it's one of many. Okay, one person in a group of many. And when you think about that person separately, consider their distinct or different characteristics and recognize them as a unique person as opposed to just simply part of a group. Let's look at an example. A good teacher recognizes each student as an individual. On the first day of school, when the teacher looks out at the class, especially a new class in the beginning of the year, lots of times the teacher sees just many, many faces, just a class of students. But very quickly, a good teacher will recognize each student as an individual, having individual strengths and individual needs. And when I say individual strengths and individual needs, that's using individual as an adjective. The second definition is a person who is just simply original and very different from others. Okay? So this one, the first one, is when someone outside is looking at the group and seeing a person as an individual. The second definition implies just someone who's very different from others. Okay? Either they're very original, very unique. Okay? So some of you might recognize this cell from The Hunchback of Notre Dame, the Disney version. And The Hunchback of Notre Dame in Paris was a person who was very deformed, very ugly, and he has this great song, and he sings, "I'd never fit in, I'm not normal." So our academic word of the day sentence here is, one common type of literary conflict is the individual versus society. All great stories have a conflict, some kind of problem that the main character faces. And we can divide those types of conflicts into different kinds. And one common type is individual versus society. So here we have a man who is not accepted by society because he is so unattractive. So he has a conflict with the rest of society. We have several familiar words. Individual as an adjective, as I said. Individualize is a verb. That means when you take something and focuses on it. If you focus on it individually, then you are individualizing. Individualization is the process of individualizing. Individualistic is an adjective, and individualistically is an adverb form. Okay. So you can say like these two, individualistic, for example, reading sometimes can be an individualistic activity. Usually we often do read in a group, but for most people, reading is an individualistic activity. If you're doing something individualistically, you're doing it alone. Individualistically. That's quite a long word. Okay, your synonyms are person or someone, as opposed to the antonym form group. And that is your academic word of the day. Be sure to write a sentence using individual as a noun. Use it as a noun and include an illustration in the bottom right corner of your flashcard. Happy studying.